My entrepreneur today is Mr. Arjun Pillai, an electronic engineer by education and a successful entrepreneur by career choice. His acknowledged subject matter expert in the field of sales and marketing data of all kinds. After a brief active courses following his dream, Mr. Arjun founded his first company, Profounders 2012 in Kochi, Kerala. After 2 years of experimental failure of his 4 products, he came up with his 5th product, Vibe, a database provider for sales and marketing. He has 1 lakh users in 150 countries and now has ventured into
Alright, hello everyone, I'm Arjun Pillai. I am the founder and CEO of Incent.ai. Incent is a B2B conversational marketing platform that helps the marketers to engage with their prospects earlier in their buying process. This is my second company. My first company was Profounders, which was started in 2012 along with 3 other co-founders. I grew that company as the CEO to 72 people, have raised 3 rounds and went on and sold the company to a company based in Colorado, US called Full Contact. And I was with Full Contact for a couple of years before starting this company. Well, this venture, like I said, is my second venture. Having started a company first, it kind of makes you want to be doing the same thing again and again. One thing that I've observed with entrepreneurship is once you start getting into that role, you start all of the entrepreneurs are people who are not forced to live the life of entrepreneurs. In most cases, they take that plunge and want to do something of their own. It's the same for me too. Having gone through it once, I know the process and I know the experience, and I'm in love with that experience and that journey. The freedom that it offers, the tension that it offers, it's kind of like you're living on the edge. You are trying to identify a problem statement, being very passionate about that problem statement, and putting together an amazing team, hiring people, helping them to be the best self of themselves, both professionally and personally, building out that team, and the team unilaterally focuses on solving that particular problem excites me a whole bunch. On the other side of it, once you start solving the problem, your product hits the market and the market starts responding to it in a positive way. And when you know that your product is making a difference in the lives of other people, it gives immense satisfaction. I fundamentally believe that humans get satisfaction through giving, and in some way entrepreneurship is my way of giving, being a better self of myself and building something that's of value to the world. So that's the reason for starting this venture again. My first company I started because I didn't know any of these things when I started first. So it was more like I wanted to do something of my own, and I was passionate about doing something of my own. Not to say that being a team member, being an employee is bad, but there are people who makes different choices, and I was one of those folks who wanted to build something, try to build something. I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship as such or startup. It's just that itch of trying to build something of my own, scaled it into a company, and then all the rest of the journey kind of unfolded by itself. Entrepreneurship is kind of happening to us, and we are just in that groove when it happens. So let's see the next question. How challenging was it? Entrepreneurship is super challenging. If anyone says otherwise, then they are lying. Entrepreneurship is a super high heavy lifting. And that is the reason why most of the folks don't do it, and I won't suggest everybody to do it. Like I said, it's kind of living on the edge. There is so much uncertainty here. There is the odds are stacked against you. There is a very high chance that you will fail. Maybe 5 to 10% chance that you might make a win. If you still know there is only 5% chance that you will win, how many of you would start doing anything? May it be a race, may it be a studies, may it be anything. So entrepreneurs are those people who understand that there is like 5% chance to win, but would still like to go ahead and do it because we are crazy enough to think that, yeah, let's do it. So it is very, very challenging. What are the challenging pieces? First of all, you have to live in that uncertainty. I don't think there is any moment in an entrepreneur's life where there is more than 70% clarity. 70% clarity is a ton of clarity. In most of the cases, it's probably like 40 to 50%, maybe less. As you grow, obviously your clarity increases, your mentors and advisors will help. But at the starting point, you don't have any kind of help. Your own pretty much. And if you're a founder, especially if you're CEO, it's actually even more difficult. And the reason is everybody expects the CEO to have the answer, and the CEOs won't have the answer. In some cases, CEOs are okay to be vulnerable and accepting the fact that I don't know all the answers, and I don't know is a very strong possibility and opportunity. But in some cases, the CEOs try to live up to that expectation. That adds further pressure. The other challenge that I've seen is it is very difficult to turn yourself off from work. If you are an employee at a company, I've seen a lot of my friends, my colleagues, when they leave the office, they leave the work at the office and go back home, have their family time, so on and so forth. But an entrepreneur is a guy, it's not a job, it's more like a lifestyle. What that means is when you are taking a shower or riding a bike or trekking or being with the family, there is some portion inside your head that keeps working on the problem that you are trying to solve. So it becomes immensely difficult for you to turn yourself off. With time you get better at it for sure, but then I don't think you can turn 100% off. Then of course there are other challenges. You are trying to build out a team. Building a team is insanely difficult, and if you're really passionate about your team, you're passionate about their problems too, especially when you're an early team. For a human being to imbibe their own problem is difficult. Imagine having to deal with another 10 people's problem, and their personal problem will affect their work, which will become your problem too. So at some level, the personal and professional problems of your early core team is your problem too. So, you have 10x problems than being a single human being. Then there are the usual challenges of identifying a product, identifying the market fit of the product, raising an investment for the product, making effective sales, building a profitable company, finding the right team members, all the general building a business difficulties too. But I'd say physically, emotionally, and mentally, entrepreneurship is super heavy lift. And the crazy people who do that only because they are in real love, either with that problem or with that journey, or both. I don't think there is any other reason to do this. It's a difficult thing. How did you manage to overcome it? Well, having a good team absolutely helps. If you have the right co-founders, that'll help you, that'll motivate you, that'll inspire you. When you are down, your co-founders will come to you and say, it's okay, let's get on with it. In some cases, you are internally motivated, you are so passionate about solving that problem that all the things that you come across is just another step to getting there, and you feel internally motivated. I feel I am a lot internally motivated. I'm just really happy about this journey than the destination. So challenges is just part of it. I don't really see them as challenges. It is just part of it. The other thing I think you can do is to celebrate small success. Like when you keep doing what you're doing, you will find very small successes, like hiring a good team member, or getting into an accelerator program, raising a small investment round, making your first customer, launching another feature of the product. Celebrate such small instances, not only to yourself but also with your team. What that would enable is there is a joint feeling of success, and small successes will slowly add up into larger successes, and thereby you can hopefully build a big company, a good company, a successful company. Yeah, I think having a good advisor network, mentor network, team, and also having some of the smaller success getting celebrated will keep you motivated to go ahead and solve the kind of problem that you're trying to solve. How successful it is now, growth of the company. Well, my new company is very new. It's like 3-4 months old. So for a company or for a person to do anything substantial, I believe that they need to spend 18 to 24 months figuring out with whatever they are trying to do. So I think my company is too early to make any comment. It could go north, be a super successful company. It could go south. It looks good. There is an opportunity. We are a team of 7 people now. We are looking to hire and grow more. It looks positive. That's all I can say. The rest depends on a lot of what we do and a lot of external factors that we don't control. What are your future plans? With respect to the company, it's pretty simple. Grow the company, build a really amazing team, build a product that actually matters. That it's not a Me Too product. It's something that pushes the paradigm forward, make a difference. We are in the B2B marketing space, as I said. So hopefully if we execute with our company really well, then we want to be one of the companies that pushes the B2B marketing to the next level. At some point, somebody should turn back and say, you know what, Incent actually had a key role that they played to push the B2B marketing to the next level. So that's what we want to do. And the way we do it is by building an amazing product with an amazing team and working with an amazing set of investors and mentors. And hopefully with a good set of company partners, which are other companies in the same space, doing complementary services and products with us. So yeah, building up those network and trying to build out a product which makes sense is the future plan. It's pretty straightforward, and the reason why it is so abstract and straightforward is we are still figuring it out. 3-4 months, that's how you think about it. It's not like you are trying to get to X amount of dollars in the next 2 months, or those are more of goals or short-term objectives, but future plans is more of high-level abstract. What advice can you give for an emerging entrepreneur? Let's see. So don't get into entrepreneurship if it looks cool to you. It's like I said, it's an insanely heavy lift. So when I jumped into it, I didn't know what I was doing. But now that it's common amongst our team members, now that it's common, the entrepreneurship is much more common than when I started off like 7-8 years back. So read about it, talk to people, understand what it is all about. And if you still feel passionate about solving a problem, then get out. Any other reason for starting a company, which includes looking cool, or entrepreneurship is super sexy, or let me make some money, look at Mark Zuckerberg, they dropped out of college, let me also drop out of that college. All of those reasons are crappy reasons to start a company. If you feel passionate about a problem and you really want to solve that problem, and you feel that entrepreneurship or building a company is the way to go, because in some cases joining a company might actually be a good way to solve a problem because that company is already solving that problem. So make sure that doing this is the exact thing that you want to do in your life, at least for the next 5 years, and then accommodate 5 years of your life entirely for it, because in 1 year nothing is going to happen, 2 years nothing is going to happen. It is going to take 5 years, and it's going to suck out 5 years from you. If you still feel passionate about jumping and doing it, then jump in and do it. It's an amazing journey. It'll make you a better person and a better professional in this whole process. But in that process, you will feel tired, it'll be grilling, it'll be grueling, and you will have to grind through all of that. So that's probably my advice. Make sure you know what you're getting into, and think really deep before you get into it. And if you are passionate about it, get into it. It's an amazing flight. I guess those were the questions. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully this helped, and at some point of time, hoping to talk to you in person. Thank you. Bye-bye.